All right, so welcome back to our Natural Remedies Uncut class. And today we'll be getting into part two of our, fighting disease X naturally. And what we're going to be doing today is we'll be showing you some natural remedies to fight disease X. We also be getting into some herbal remedies as well and some supplements. Last week we did discuss about, how you can be able to fight disease X with your lifestyle, by nutrition, exercise, and all those various things, which is good. But today we want to get into some more actionable, practical stuff as well. And so we'll be doing part two, as I said before, of our fighting or defeating disease X naturally. So we're just going to go right into our class for today. But before we get into our class, for those who are on Zoom, just share this link with as many people as you can. And for those who are on YouTube, make sure that you like and subscribe. And also, you can share this video with as much people as you can. We want to be able to share this wealth of knowledge that, that we have here with as much people as we can, because we do believe that sometimes there's not an answer out there for people's maladies. And by providing an answer that oftentimes doesn't have as much side effects and also that is natural, then you can actually help someone to save their life. So we wanted to share this as far and wide as you can with as many of people as you can.
Yes, no, definitely. So what we're going to do at this time, we're going to go ahead and start us off with a word of prayer, so that way we can get into things today, and that way we can really share more and more ways we can continue to help ourselves mentally, physically, and also spiritually. Let's pray together. Father in heaven, we just thank you for the opportunity to learn about our bodies, learn about the Creator and the wonderful works that you have made. And I just pray that you would show us how best to take care of it, that we can help in overcoming the maladies that we experience day by day, and that you may bring forth hope to many lives. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yes, so then we're just going to go right into our class for today. And, last week, as I said before, we talked about some lifestyle approaches to help to fight the disease X, which, as we said before last week, disease X is not an actual disease, but it's a disease that, the World Health Organization, the CDC, and all the different organizational bodies, they just, I guess, prophesying or just in preparation for something that will happen in the future. So it's not an actual disease that is out there, but it's a future disease, a pandemic-like disease, like we saw with the C virus that have taken the world by storm for the past, 3 years or so. So what we'll be doing here is today we'll be continuing on. And one of the things that we started talking about last week, as I said before, is lifestyle. But today we'll be going over some herbs, some supplements, and also some natural remedies as well.
No, definitely. So, and again, what we'll be sharing with you about disease X, you can apply it essentially to any type of like immune system disorder, whether it may be any viral infection, any type of illness where you need to boost your immunity. So essentially how to boost your immunity naturally.
Yep. So one of the first things that we want to look at here is herbs that aid the proper immune function. And so the herbs that aid immune function, we have there, number one, we have is echinacea. And we know that echinacea is one of those, powerful herbs there as well. And we see here that echinacea plants contain an impressive variety of active compounds, which we have as caffeic acid. We also have alkaloids and phenolic acids and rosmarinic acid. And we have all of these different compounds that is present in the echinacea. Now, there was a review of about 14 studies that was all, put together. And in that review, they found that taking echinacea will help to lower the risk of developing colds by more than, it says, 50% here. So echinacea is just so powerful, and it helps to shorten the duration of colds by 1.5 days. So just imagine, for me, trying to think about like herbs or having my cold or my flus, and then all of a sudden I can reduce the amount of time that I spend in the hospital or that I spend sick with my cold or my flu. So by taking echinacea, you can actually reduce the time, the duration by 50%, and also probably 1.5 days that you have to face with, having this echinacea here, the cold or the flu with echinacea. So we have here on the table, we have the echinacea. We have this one here in a tincture form. And as you can see here, so this is condensed liquid form. And we take this echinacea here, and it's very powerful, very potent. You have it in capsules form, you have the tea form, you have so many different forms with echinacea. And this one here that we manufacture here is a series that we manufacture at our facility. This one here we use a lot when it comes to people dealing with colds or flus or any respiratory types of diseases here. Now, towards the end, we'll give you a bonus on how you can get some of this, your hands on some of these things here. But then also, if you want to get some of the singular herbs, we don't have a lot of them in stock because there were just some high demand for some of these herbs. You can actually go on our website, EdenLifestyle.org, and go to the store. And we do have a few of these left in stock as well. But we have some other things that we're going to talk about today that can be very beneficial to you as well.
No, definitely. And one of the other ones that we were looking at is that of garlic. So I'm sure a lot of you already are familiar with the power of garlic. It's something that most of you have at home in your kitchens. Maybe some of you might even be growing it. Who knows, right? And again, we have it right here. And we'll be showing you the power of this. It's something I think it's widely available. I mean, for the most part, everywhere I've traveled so far around the world, individuals have been able to have garlic. And when it comes to cooking and food, I think that's probably one of the main things probably majority of you would utilize as well. That's what a lot of individuals utilize. So what we're looking at is garlic, right? So garlic contains a compound in it that helps immune system fight basically germs, right? So garlic is able to do that. We saw earlier the benefits of garlic for blood pressure, for different issues, but garlic is also very effective as an immune system booster, stimulating the ability to fight off germs, infections, viruses more effectively. And one study gave 146 like healthy volunteers either garlic supplements and also a placebo, like just an empty type of supplement for 3 months, right? The garlic group had a 63% lower risk of developing a cold, whilst the colds were also 70% shorter. So that's a power of garlic, right? Where individuals who were able to be on that in that case study, in that control study there, they were able to notice that they had a tremendous or dramatic reduction in the amount of colds they get, and also the time frame of them actually having a cold is a lot shorter. So when you implement and do a lot of those natural aspects, it doesn't necessarily mean you may not at all get a cold or you may not get disease X, but the powerful thing is if you do get disease X, or if you do, or maybe if you get the C virus or any other type of infectious or viral viruses, agents like that, then you can have a much better recovery process than someone who probably utilized some other synthetic means, right? So that's why we're sharing the value here with you.
Yeah. So the next one that we're going to be talking about here is that of elderberry. And elderberry is very powerful. Elderberry is reputed by some to be effective in treating the common cold, flu, constipation, hay fever, and even sinus infections. Now, there was a 2009 study on elderberry. And this study on elderberry was both for the cold and the flu. And it suggested that the fruit substantially reduced upper airway symptoms. Another study even reposted those who used it had 50% fewer sick days, 50% fewer sick days resulting from a cold than those who didn't. And also a 2012 study suggested that elderberry could help prevent influenza infection by stimulating an immune response. Now, elderberry is very powerful here. And you can take elderberry as there's elderberry syrup. There is also elderberry in the tincture form. There is the elderberries you can buy itself and make a tea out of it. There's so many different ways that you can take the elderberry, but elderberry is very powerful. And we use this here in our house, a lot. with different individuals who come here to our center, or even, with our own family members, just helping to boost up the immune system, especially if someone has a cold or flu, then you can actually reduce the amount of time that someone has that cold or flu. And that's what we want to, the feeling that we want to repeat to people. We had some people that we spoke to, and some people said, well, how come some people got COVID and they're healthy? But one thing that I wanted to tell people is that we're not saying that you wouldn't get disease X or any respiratory diseases. That's not what we're saying. It's actually, it's airborne. You sneeze and you can contract it from someone. There's aerosols that can be in the air and so forth, and you inhale that, and then you become sick. So, you touch things and you scratch your nose or whatever, and there's viruses and bacteria on the thing that you touch, and you can get infected. So it's not something that you choose to get. And sometimes it's just, it happens. But then what we want to tell people, with especially as it pertains to disease X, is that when you get it, we want to make sure that you reduce the amount of time that you have to fight this disease. So all these things that we've been talking about here so far, echinacea, garlic, and even elderberry hair, shows there that it substantially reduce the amount of time and even reduce the risk of someone developing the disease more severely and having it to the point where it's not as severe.
No, definitely. And great also remedy if you have fevers and so on. It works very well. And another one that we look at is golden seal, right? And I'm not sure how many of you know about golden seal, but it's definitely a powerful herb. You can get it in different forms, powder form, the root form. And, golden seal, it works exceptionally well. You can also get it in tincture form. I mean, in different ways, it could be like sort of utilized. But golden seal root is not only used to kill like pathogenic type of infections, but it is a multi-purpose herb that provides immune system support and also cleanses the different vital organs as well. So general immunity, like if even like a echinacea golden seal combo, those are typically very good as well, right? Where you can get that very good combo you can be able to take, and as you implement that into activated, so that way it can be able to fight off more effectively, and also to fight off infection, strengthen the immune system, and so on. So that is the power of like golden seal. So combining some of those herbs with some of the other ones that we mentioned makes it even more effective. And that's what we've done with certain of our mixtures as well. And we've been able to see the power of that. So for example, we have something here that's called like Easy Breathe, something that we were able to use with the previous pandemic that was going on. And we use it for many different respiratory issues, things that are related to viral type of infections and so forth. And we've implemented it into like a compound formulate that will be able to help in fighting off like almost any type of viral disease infection you can be able to have. And it does it in a very effective way, and really helps you overcome it and helps to shorten the time that you experiencing it, and also lessen the symptoms. And especially if you have a lot of mucus as well, like that is definitely something that you want to be able to get. With a lot of mucus, it's something that really helps in expelling it more and helping to relieve that congestion there in the respiratory tract. So we definitely recommend getting your hands on those, so that way you can be able to begin to just have those things ready in case a family member gets sick, in case disease X comes about, or anything happens, you'll be ready for that.
Yeah, another one that we want to talk about here is melon. And we know the melon could help you maintain a healthy respiratory system. And it does that because its leaves and its flowers are considered what we call expectorants. And if you know anything about expectorants, it can be derived from the word expel. So it helps to expel mucus from your system. So anytime you hear the word expectorant, it just helps you to expel. The body naturally tries to do that when you cough and sneeze, chew, and like expelling stuff from your system. So with the mullein, it's expectorant, and so then it can help to bring up mucus, and also it's demulcent, and this meaning that it could soothe the irritated membranes. So when it's demulcent, can even form mucus. And if you have, like, let's say, an irritated throat because you've been draining out mucus all day, and then your mucus is starting to get thin, and you feel like your airways is getting dry, or you have like a cough that you constantly coughing because that dryness, and you need some lubrication. It also demulcents as well, helps to soothe the mucous membrane. And sometimes by producing more mucus, you can help to bring up more mucus and help to expel the impurities from your system, which is that pathogen that is inside of you. And this is what your body is trying to do in the first line of defense that we spoke about last week. You have the first line of defense and the second line of defense. The first line, you want to be able to get those things out. So by taking those things there, you can help to propel the virus out before it goes deeper down. And when the virus starts to go deeper down and spread into your bronchioles and your alveoli sac and all those different, like getting deep inside of there, then the disease can become more severe. So people that had severe of the C virus, the body went through something called a cytokine storm because it was trying to attack the pathogen inside of there, and it was breaking the barrier that protects the fluid that's around your body from the air in the sacs inside of your lungs. And then the sacs were starting to fill up with fluid, and people had like gurgling in their lungs, or they had like fluid in the lungs. So you want to get to a point where you can expel those things before it goes deeper down and become more severe.
Yeah. And I know we're not speaking about things like even asthma and different things today, but if someone here is suffering with like asthma, maybe you have some sort of bronchial sort of condition, anything that deals with, the lung-related, respiratory-related issues, then you want to apply those things, right? Because it will be a tremendous help to you as well. Like, for example, like we just spoke about the mullein and so on, exceptional, for asthma and different conditions like that. And one of the other ones, I mean, there's like even lobelia. We probably may not talk. Well, yeah, we will be looking at it as well. But yeah, those are exceptional for respiratory issues. So again, it's not only for disease X or other type of viral sort of conditions, but if you have any type of respiratory issues, take note of those things too. It will actually be a great benefit to you. So the other one we look at is myrrh, which is known to have like we mentioned a similar expectorant sort of effect, which helps to reduce a lot of the discomforts in the respiratory tract as well. So whether it may be relief from colds, congestion, just any of those sort of symptomatic aspects that usually accompanies any type of respiratory condition, then that will actually help with that. So bronchitis and phlegm and all of those. If someone has been like even a smoker for a long time and you want to really clean out the lungs as well, I mean, implement some of those too. That will definitely help in giving that good lung cleansing and detox.
Yeah. So the next one we're going to be talking about is lobelia. And lobelia is a powerful herb here. We have a lobelia tincture somewhere here. Yeah, so lobelia tincture here. And as I said before, those singular herbs there, we don't have a lot of stock in this there. You can probably get this on our website. But we'll also give you an offer towards the end. But this here is on eatonlifestyle.org, and you go to the store there and you can get the singular herbs here, whatever we have left of those. But lobelia is very powerful because it's what we call antispasmodic. When you think about asthma, you think about your lungs is going into like spasms and it's like contracting. So the same thing when we looked at our high blood pressure class. And for those who are on YouTube who are watching this video for the first time or on our channel for the first time, if you haven't seen our previous videos, we encourage you to go look back at our previous videos because we talk about blood pressure. And when you think about blood pressure, the blood pressure rises because the arteries begin to contract. That happens also in your respiratory tract as well. You have the spasms where your alveoli sac and your bronchioles and stuff is starting to close and contract and spasm. And that happens a lot with asthma too as well. And you feel like your lungs are closing on you. So then having something like lobelia, which is antispasmodic, can help to relax your lungs. So it's like a relaxant, it's antispasmodic, and also it's on the other hand, it's an emetic as well. And you might be thinking to yourself, how come this is like an emetic? Like, wouldn't that be opposite, like like a relaxant, but now it's stimulating to the point where it's like an emetic, like it can make you vomit. But then, so then when you take lobelia in like proper amounts, like the dosage that we're talking about here, like 1 or 2 dropperfuls of this there, it's relaxing to the lungs there. Now, if you overdose on it to like a little bit, like you take like half the bottle or even more, then that can also make you throw up. Now, we viewer discretion is advice. You want to consult with your medical professionals before trying any of these things here. And this is just our experiences and what we would do in certain situations for ourselves. So then with the lobelia here, individuals have used it in the past, and where people who have like asthma and different stuff like that, then you give them a little overdose of the lobelia, and it helps them like an emetic effect where it helps they can throw up some of that the mucus. It just like all comes up and they just throw it all up out of their system. And they have people that have done that in the past, but obviously you wanna have some discretion when you do stuff like that here. Having mucus phenas is very vital as well, because if the mucus is very thick, you can choke on your mucus and so forth. So we have this hair, the Easy Breathe hair, that has a lot of like mucus thinning herbs inside of there as well. So it's a good combination of expectorant, relaxant, and also thinner and so forth. So, taking some together like that together with the lobelia works wonders as well.
Yeah, and then we've another situation where at our center there's this young individual that came in who was asthmatic, right? And whilst he was there in the first couple of days, he was having an asthma attack, something that he receives, every quite frequently. So he came in for help with that. So he received an asthma attack, which typically he usually has to be hospitalized whenever he experienced an asthma attack. He had one about 2 weeks before, a week before coming to the center, and he ended up spending like a couple days at that particular hospital. And so that's usually his experience. So when he came to the center, he's having an asthma attack as well. So of course, since they wanted to do things naturally, then we decided to help them with that attack. One of the things we implemented and used was that of lobelia, which is extremely powerful, right? Couple of things we did, but lobelia was like one of the key aspects there. And then through implementing that, in about a few minutes, like he was able to really snap out of the asthma attack, where he was feeling so much better that this young man actually said, he said he looked at his mom and he looked at us and he's like, Mom, like I feel way better right now, 5 minutes later after my asthma attack, than I felt a couple days after I left the hospital when I got the asthma attack like a week or two ago. And this young man was just so, surprised as to the power that God has placed in the simple remedies of nature. So it's just really to encourage us to take hold and to be able to utilize those things. It's simple. It's very simple what we're sharing, but it's also very powerful as well. Something that you can be able to that you can benefit from, your families could benefit from, and that you need to be able to have within your home at all times. Something that will definitely make a huge difference. Like literally, if ever we feel like we're coming down with something, for whatever circumstance, the reason, exposed to whatever it is, then I mean, immediately we implement some of those things here to prevent it from coming upon us. So there's a way that you begin to feel something, something might be going down, where you can allow your body to fight it off before it actually takes a toll on your body. And that is what you want to be able to do, because it will greatly lessen any type of symptomatic aspects, and you can go through it a lot better, or maybe just completely bypass it.
Yeah, so definitely. And we talk about our lifestyle center here a little bit, and I just wanted to let everyone know we did that last week as well, but we do have a health session coming up, and that the first health session will be from March the 17th, and that will actually be for 2 weeks. So we have two sessions coming up very soon. So March the 17th to the 31st of March. So that's a 2 week period. You can either come for 1 week period during that time or 2 weeks during that time here. When I say a health session, I'm talking about coming to our facility where we are, and we help people overcome their diseases naturally. So we put them on a juicing program. We have them do a full body detox, all the stuff that we're talking about here. We give them individual herbs specific to the health conditions. And also we have 1 hour lectures every single day. So we educate them how to take care of the bodies when they get home. And also we are stationed here on a 20-acre property. So it's a very quiet, relaxing environment. So you help to detox mentally as well, not just physically. and spiritually uplifting, because we have devotions and we have prayer and we call on the great creator to bring about healing in our bodies. So it's just a full program that we have at Eden Lifestyle Home, which is our ministry from Eden Lifestyle. We have an Eden Lifestyle Home, our lifestyle center, and we probably can leave a link here in the chat, where if anyone wants to sign up for our session, you can either email us or you can give us a call. We can also put a link here where you can sign up for our sessions, our website. Go on our website and sign up for our session right there. Also, we have another session coming up next month as well in April. So April the 21st to May the 5th. So April the 21st to May the 5th is our next health session. And then after that, we'll probably have a session in June, because we do have the training, a big training that's coming up. And we'll probably talk some more about that here. But then these are our 2 upcoming sessions. So if anybody wants to come in during that time, feel free, to sign up, to give us a call or to email us, or even to go on our website, edenlifestylehome.org, where you can sign up right there for our health session, and we'll reach back out to you.
Yeah. And even if it's not like yourself right now, but like we've had individuals who really wanted to come to a session and they ended up sharing with a relative of theirs, like a sister or like a friend. And the person they shared it with end up coming before them. But then we've had situations where they come together with other friends as well. So again, those are different things that you could do. Where we'll be more than happy to be able to have you. It's a learning session, so during that time frame, more than happy to be able to have you there. So just go to the website and request an e-packet. We like to, even if you're not sure about the dates right now and you don't have that time off right now, just go ahead and request an e-packet so you can actually get those things in your mail. You can get a lot more information, and that way you can at least know what you need to prepare yourself for that. So just go ahead on edenlifestylehome.org, request an e-packet.
Yep. So then our next remedy that we want to talk about here today is we're going to be looking at some cayenne.
Yeah, and so cayenne, one of the great things about cayenne, it works in many different circumstances for many different things. And I think for the past few classes, we've probably mentioned cayenne over and over again, right? Because of how powerful it is. So when it comes to like even different respiratory aspects, even lots of mucus, it works really well in breaking it up, right? Where it could really help if someone has like thick congestion and really in the chest area, like within the lungs area, wherever it is, like cayenne itself works very well in allowing that to thin out more, to break up more, and so that way you can actually relieve it more. And one of the aspects, so just so that if we do have cayenne in there, I know 1 or 2 people, very few people sometimes can't really tolerate the cayenne, but but the majority of people can. But just to mention that there is cayenne in this one as well, Easy Breathe, but then this is one aspect that really helps to make it also more effective. Because of the power of cayenne, it helps to prevent infections and even sinus infections as well. Like all of those is greatly helped by that.
Yeah, so then what we're going to be talking about here, a lot of the stuff that we're talking about is the herbs here. And the herbs that we're talking about here is all in this Easy Breathe here. And I want to just give a short little story here under 1 minute. My wife had bronchitis, and it reoccurred almost every single year, every 6 months. And, this herb here was being developed around the same time that my wife was experiencing some of these things there. That was probably about 8 or 9 years ago. And, the regular route with her bronchitis was to go to the doctor. So then when she went to the doctor, the hospital, they would give her, you guess it, antibiotics. So she would take the antibiotics and the symptoms will go away, but then the mucus is still there, because guess what happens when she would run and exert herself a lot? She felt like she couldn't breathe. So if she go like fast running and then she would stop abruptly, she would just feel like her lung is closing on her, and she had to lay down on the ground sometimes because the mucus was still there, even though you take the antibiotics or whatever that can kill, a bacteria causing disease or pathogen, then the mucus, which is causing the issue, is still in the system, and you have to get the mucus out. So then it will reoccur every single year because you never get the mucus out. So then she started taking this easy breathe here. And for 1 week straight, she was taking this easy breathe and she started seeing mucus coming out of her. Whole bunch of mucus. She didn't even know that was inside of her because obviously we talk about the breaking up of the mucus from the cayenne, and we talk about the expectorant that helps to bring up the mucus, like the mullein and all the different herbs there that works together to help to bring up the mucus. And after about a week of taking this herbal formula here, my wife, up until from that time up until now, she's never had that issue again. And, I just said, praise the Lord that I met her because, the regular route that she was taking, before then, it would just never resolve the problem. And then by just going through this with this hair, she was able to conquer and overcome that. And we'll share some testimonies about this as we go further as well. But another one that we want to talk about here as well, is that of peppermint. And we know peppermint, we talk about it already, but we're going to talk about it again. Peppermint. Also, we have eucalyptus, which is very similar as well. This what we call, it has inside of there menthol, and menthol is expectorant as well. And peppermint is made up of 70% menthol. So then, that's why, if you don't have the peppermint or the eucalyptus, if you want something more potent, menthol crystals is even more potent. And you can put that inside of a humidifier or a kettle. And during our natural remedies segment, you want to stay tuned because we'll be talking about it very soon. But you use these things there, and that helps to bring out and drain out mucus from your system. And it works very powerfully. So in conjunction with taking this herb here, like my wife did, and she did the humidifier with menthol crystals inside of it here, that's a powerful combination to help to get rid of mucus from your system. And if you have any cold or flu or anything like that, disease X, some future pathogen that takes the world by storm, then you can eliminate those things out from your system by draining it out through your mucus.
No, definitely. And someone asked as well, what herbs can you utilize for like low white blood cell count and also hemoglobin, low hemoglobin? So all the herbs you mentioned there, it all stimulates the immune system, which helps essentially with your white blood cell count, right? So you want to sort of implement those things in terms of like the hemoglobin herbs. Like those would be different herbs that are high in iron will definitely help with that as well, to be able to also increase hemoglobin. Now we do have like particular remedy for that when it comes to like anemia, like an entire drink for that really helps. That like, all, different things you could do is either you can even get chlorophyll, be able to implement that, drink that, it really helps with that. Or you can get herbs. If you want herbs, it might be more so like dandelion, maybe burdock root as well, nettle, all of those are high iron herbs that you can implement to help increase like hemoglobin count. But yeah, chlorophyll is also great, and there's, hopefully we'll come to like even more remedies, and there's like a full recipe that we can also give, right? That will be able to help with even hemoglobin, especially for individuals who may be even anemic and so forth, that can really help. But implement all the herbs we mentioned for the immune system that will stimulate it.
Yeah, and also, so the moderator that is in the chat here is going to post a link. We're going to talk about it some more here, but some people are asking about the herbs already, like the easy brief that we mentioned. There is a booster kit offer that we have today. So you can just post the link here. But then we're going to be talking about it some more. So stay towards the end. We have a bonus, but the moderator can post that. Is on WhatsApp that I sent our moderator, and she's just going to post this here so that anyone who wants to check it out. But we're going to be coming to that very soon as well.
Great.
Yeah, so our secret number 4 is supplements for building a strong immune system. And this here, the person that asked about white blood cell count and helping with that, this is what you can do here in addition to taking some of these herbs. Here are some supplements that you can take as well. So we have here vitamin A, and vitamin A is considered to be a defensive line for the immune system because it prevents germs, infections, and viruses from infecting the body while also helping keep the mucous membrane moist and soft. And you want to keep it moist and soft so that way the viruses can stick to the mucous membrane, and when you cough and sneeze, it expels it out of the system. Also, the mucous barrier that is found in the nose, throat, mouth need to be kept moist and soft because this helps trap infection agents and stops them from infiltrating the body. So vitamin A also aids in the production and function of white blood cells. So the person asked a question about white blood cells. It says, which helps to capture and clear bacteria and other pathogenic agents from your bloodstream as well. So vitamin A is very powerful. And don't be afraid to take, high doses of vitamin A as well, which you can even do like the beta carotene and so forth. But vitamin A is very powerful in boosting the immunity as well.
No, definitely. Another one is vitamin C. Of course, we did mention as well, we do have like a formula with vitamin C that is what you call a whole food supplement, right? It's a whole food supplement. So it's not like a processed sort of extracted vitamin C supplement. But what we've done is we've been able to get sources of vitamin C that are the highest, like the food items and herbs that has the highest source of vitamin C that you can find on planet Earth. We've placed that into an entire formula and that you can be able to actually utilize to get a lot of results in boosting your immune system, stimulating those white blood cell counts, and so on. So it's called our Super Nutri C, right? Super Nutri C. So it's not your regular vitamin C supplement. It's a whole food. It has different things in there like camu camu. It has things like rose hip in there. It has, it has a regular lemon as well too, but it has it has other ones that are way higher, right? Way higher in like vitamin C, but then it's mixed with additional supplements essentially, but it's all whole foods, additional vitamins and minerals that allows it to be a lot more receptive by your body, allows it to be better utilized. So that way the efficacy of it or the potency will also increase as a result of that. So something that we definitely recommend is getting that Super Nutri C as well. But other vitamin C forms, if you have that available, definitely utilizing that will also assist as well at the same time.
Yeah, so another one that is very potent is vitamin D. And we kind of stress enough about vitamin D because also vitamin D doesn't only help with your immunity, but vitamin D helps with so many other things that we talked about in the past, like diabetes and your blood pressure and cholesterol and so many varying things that vitamin D can help. And also being deficient in vitamin D makes you more susceptible to a lot, sorry, a lot of diseases and so forth. Now, one of the things that vitamin D is very good at is your immunity as well. And even studies have shown individuals with the C virus who were deficient in vitamin D that we talked about in our last video as well, that these people were most susceptible to contracting the virus. And not only that, but also having the virus more severely. So the immune system defends the body from foreign invading organisms, promoting protective immunity while maintaining tolerance to self. So the implications of vitamin D deficiency on the immune system it has been clearer in recent years. And in the context of vitamin D deficiency, we see there that there appears to be an increased susceptibility to infections and other disorders. And vitamin D has been used to treat infections such as tuberculosis before the advent of antibiotics. And they used to actually have something called, sunbathing, where they used to have people at, sanitariums like ours back in the day, where people would go into a sunroom with tuberculosis, and that was a treatment that they used for people to overcome tuberculosis with just increasing the vitamin D levels. So vitamin D is very powerful and very potent. It's something that not only helps with a disease X or respiratory disease, but a lot of other diseases that we may face in our lives as well.
Yep, and one of the other supplements we're going to look at is zinc. Now, zinc is, it's very good. It's actually a very exceptional one actually for the immune system. Something that really helps in stimulating it a lot more. So essentially, when it comes to zinc, the production of certain immune cells is limited, right? When your zinc intake is low. So you want to like sort of keep that in mind. And there are foods that are high in zinc, like pumpkin seeds and other ones as well that you can be able to get. But just implementing zinc into your routine greatly help with that. So adequate zinc milligrams of zinc per day actually reduce the duration of cold by 33%. So that's instead of like, for example, if someone was to be experiencing this for like 3 days, instead it was cut to one, or if it was like X amount of time, it was reduced by like essentially 1/3 of the time, right? So zinc is very good and helpful when it comes to immune system function.
Yeah, so the next one is, prebiotics and probiotics. We talked about this in our last class as well, when we talked about nutrition, but we know here that about 70% of our immune system is in our gut. So then having a very toxic gut or an unhealthy gut is not the best when it comes to building our immune system and having strong immunity. So then you want to be able to, take your prebiotic foods like garlic and Jerusalem artichokes and onions, and flaxseed. Even it regenerates your bacteria that is in your gut already. So it helps to create a healthy flora. But also we have and those things can help to boost up your flora in your body to make that healthy. So like I was giving the example about my wife, when she had the bronchitis and she went to the hospital and they gave her antibiotics. What is antibiotic mean? It's against bacteria. So it kills the bacteria in your gut. So a lot of people who take antibiotics have may have an overgrowth of bad bacteria in the gut because they destroy the good bacteria and the bad bacteria may start to overgrow. So you want to repopulate your good bacteria in your gut. So then if anyone has ever taken antibiotics in the past, and the more you take, the worse it becomes, you want to be able to replenish that by taking, some probiotics to build back a proper gut, because that's very essential for having a strong immune system as well.
No, definitely. I mean, 70 to 80% of your immune system is right in the gut area. So that's why it makes it so essential. Avoiding also practices that depletes and diminishes proper gut health, like whether that may be eating and drinking at the same time, whether that may be eating lots of like high, like fatty animal foods, that can actually delay transit times, with the entire gut. Whether that may be avoiding things like fermented beverages, avoiding like processed foods, whether that may be just not having just not eating like all throughout the day consistently, all of that, all just having healthy practices when it comes to digestion and so forth greatly will also impact your immune system health. So being regular, having just good spaced out set meal times, all of those are grateful, definitely helpful in stimulating immunity as well.
Yeah, so we're just gonna change gears here and go through this really quickly here, but you can do some cleansing to help to support your immune system as well. And one of the first things in cleansing, we know here that cleansing helps to reset your body and its immune system. So scientists at the USC found out that individuals who fasted for 72 hours, so 72 hours, about 3 days, saw a reduction in white blood cells that creates new white blood cells in the body that is more stronger and is more robust. So cleansing is very powerful for the body.
Definitely. And I know we've covered like a lot on cleansing. So for those who were not able to actually be in our classes on cleansing, make sure you join our WhatsApp group. We will also, and also subscribe to our YouTube. On the YouTube itself, we have the replays of those classes. And on the WhatsApp group, we will be sharing a lot more resources as we move along. Make sure you join it there, but also subscribe to the YouTube. I mean, if any of you right now haven't subscribed to the YouTubers yet, you want to go ahead, you want to do that right now, because all the previous information, you'll be able to get it there. And whenever we upload like a new video, you'll be able to always get those replays and also send those replays to others as well across social media, WhatsApp, email, and other platforms. So again, cleansing from colon to kidney, liver, parasite, blood and lymph cleanse, like all of those will greatly help, because remember, it's clean out the entire it's basically clean out the entire body, all the different main eliminating organs. because this is what your body is able, the body knows exactly what to do, providing that we give it the right environment for it to thrive. Now, does your body have the right environment, right? And, for it to be able to fight off viruses properly, to be able to fight off different sort of pathogenic agents that seeks to be able to, come into our body and invade it. So if you clean out your body, you get a much healthier gut as well by doing so naturally. Your body has a lot less toxic waste to deal with, and it could focus more heavily on being able to fight. It stimulates the immune system dramatically, increases white blood cells counts, and also allows you to just have a lot more stronger, robust system, body to be able to ward off oncoming, even like X virus or any of those, but also to be very effective in being able to just even fight off any type of illness. And one of the things at the center that we implement with anyone that comes in, we recognize the power of cleansing. So we actually implement that for a lot of the different issues and diseases that we experience. So what we'll be doing at this time is actually transitioning and showing you a lot of now practical remedies that you could be able to utilize at home to get the relief, the results that you need to in a case where you may be suffering with a viral sort of infection, whether it might be the common cold or whether it might be the recent virus pandemic that was existing that we had, or whether it may be disease X that may be coming very soon, and that you want to be able to know different tools and remedies you can utilize to to be able to fight it off efficiently. So let's look at this together.
Okay, so our next remedy will be our steam inhalation. Now, steam inhalation is very, very powerful. And one of our favorite things to use in our steam inhalation would be menthol crystals. Now, if you do not have the menthol
we just want to make sure we
you can also use peppermint oil or even eucalyptus oil. Because 70%
unless unless it's on my side, maybe it's me. I hope it wasn't me. Let's try again.
And also,
okay, great.
It helps to thin out the mucus and bring it up, which is expectorant. And what we'll be doing here will be you pouring in the menthol crystals into this humidifier here, and the steam will allow the mucus to run down, and then you will be able to clear up any obstruction that you may have in your respiratory tract. So now what I'll do here, so I'll take this out here. You put some menthol crystals inside. Not a whole lot because it's very, very potent. Whew. You can smell this already. And then what we'll do, we'll close this up. And the fun part, you go close to it here and you breathe in the steam. Whew. Whew. Very, very strong and potent. And what you do now, after you've done that, you will blow your nose and get rid of any mucus that may be inside of your respiratory tracts. Now, if you don't have a humidifier at home, you can use a kettle. You'll take a kettle, you'll boil the water, and you'll put your peppermint oil. You can do 15 drops of peppermint oil or eucalyptus oil, or put your menthol crystals in there. And you'll take a newspaper and use it as a funnel and breathe through there. You can also take a pot with boiling water and you'll put your oils in there or your menthol crystals. You can put a towel over your head and you'll just inhale the steam. Whatever it is that can produce steam, and you can put your essentials oil in there, you can use that. And that will help to get rid of any extra mucus that may be in your respiratory tract.
Alright, for our next remedy, we'll be looking at that of the neti pot. And one of the common symptoms that many experience with corona, with the flu, and many other similar respiratory issues like this is that of congestion, especially congestion in the nasal area. As a result of nasal congestion, many may get things like sinus headaches and other types of issues related to it. So today we'll be sharing with you also a very simple way for you to flush your sinus cavity throughout the entire facial area to be able to get relief where you can actually breathe better at night and even throughout the day. It's very simple. What I have here right now is half a cup of water. I have half a teaspoon of salt, and I also have a simple neti pot that you could be able to purchase from any local pharmacy, or you can even replace with a bottle which you could use as well to be able to fulfill this entire therapy. So let's get started. We'll be using this half a cup of water here, and the salt is already pre-measured. I'll be placing it inside of the cup. Right when it's placed, it's very simple what you do. The water is warm water, preferably using distilled water, as this will be going through your entire internal area here. So you have your half a teaspoon of salt, warm water, which is 8 ounces or half a cup, and you simply mix it in. After mixing it in very well, mix it in until it's thoroughly dissolved. Then you will simply place it into your neti pot device. So what we have here right now is a very simple one that we got from a local pharmacy. For the neti pot, there are many other versions, same effect. And we place it inside of this, and for demonstration purposes, I wouldn't be doing it right now. However, I will show you how it is done. Very simply, you can lean forward. Whilst leaning forward, and you'll want to turn your head or tilt your head towards the left side if you start off with the right nose here. So tilt your head towards the left side, leaning forward, and you want to simply practice your breathing. Start breathing in and feel relaxed. And when you do this, you want to breathe through your mouth for this therapy, as your nasal passage will be filled with water. So with your with your water in here, your saline solution, it's very simple what you do. Head to the side, bend forward, breathing through the mouth, tilted. You now slowly put in your saline solution. Put it in. By then, the water, and don't talk while you're doing this as well, but by then the water should be coming out of the other nose opening. So then what you want to do is, if the water is not coming out in the first few seconds, do not panic. Just keep doing it, keep holding it there, and very soon it will come out. Depending on how blocked you are, it will take some time. Right after you finish maybe doing about a quarter cup or even a full cup, then you want to block off that right nose and blow. Make sure you have some sort of a basin nearby, a paper towel, anything to be able to blow into. You blow it out. Then you follow the same instructions with the other, with your other side here. You do the same thing. You tilt towards the other side, lean forward, breathing through the mouth. You would also place this into this part of your nasal area and breathe slowly. You do this until everything is flushed out, you blow it out, and you wipe. By then, you should have had a very simple but powerful way in relieving nasal congestion and helping you to breathe better.
Our next remedy today is an onion rub. Have you ever heard about an onion rub? Well, actually, my sister had a very high fever several years ago. And guess what happened? In applying the simple remedy under her foot, rubbing it underneath her feet and so forth, in a matter of a few minutes, her fever went from very high to normal. So today I'm going to be sharing with you that simple remedy on how you can lower fevers with an onion rub. Yes, an onion rub. I know that sounds like a little bit funny to some of us, but it is actually very effective. So it's very simple for you to do this onion rub. This is how you do it. Very simple. You want to get one onion. Right? And all you need to do is just cut the onion in half. So I'm going to cut the onion in half. Now, as you can see, I have a half each of the onion, and then you want to rub underneath your feet. So you get one of your feet underneath it, you want to rub for maybe about 1 to 5 minutes or so. And then you get the other foot, and then you want to rub again for about 1 minute to 5 minutes or so. You just want to make sure it's rubbed very, very effectively underneath the foot. And then you want to get like a sock. Then you want to put the sock on your foot, put the sock over the onion, and lay down, right? Lay down this way and leave it there for about a few hours. Typically, you can leave it overnight if you do that overnight, or you can leave it for about maybe 2 to even 6 hours as well. Now, if you still have a fever, what you want to do is to repeat that remedy again the next day or the next couple hours until you get the desired results that you see. Now, although it may look very simple, like using an onion, but this is actually very effective to use. So if you're experiencing any fevers, especially at this time, or you know anyone that's experiencing a fever at this moment, then simply you can use an onion rub. Now, so our next remedy is an immune boost drink. And this immune boost drink is very, very potent. It actually helps you to, it actually may help stimulate what is called your immune response and to help your body cope or even be able to fight any sort of viruses or any sort of germs or any bacteria that may be laying around in the body that shouldn't be there. Now, this drink is actually very potent and very effective. And so it's very, very simple. And this is how you make it. What you want to do, you want to grab a blender, okay? You want to do this in a blender. You can use any blender that you have at home. That should work fine. And then you want to add your ingredients of grapefruit, right? I'm going to put 1 grapefruit. And you can go ahead and peel the skin off the grapefruit, or if you have a nice organic grapefruit, you can just chop up the grapefruit with the skin on. Make sure you wash it very, very well. And then you want to add all of this grapefruit into your blender. So I'm going to simply add the grapefruit to the blender. Okay, just like this. All right, so you will need 1 grapefruit. Now the other ingredient in this immune boost drink is an orange. That is 1 orange. So I'm going to add this orange. And then you will need 2 lemons. So what I've done, I've already juiced the lemons in some sort of juicer. And if you want as well, you can even keep the skin on the lemon itself. Some people actually do that. You just want to wash the lemons nicely, and then you want to chop it up and then put it into your blender. It actually makes the drink a little more potent as well, and also increases the lemonin that is found in the lemon. That's also responsible for boosting your immune system naturally. So therefore, I will just pour the 2 juiced lemons into the blender, just like this. And then you will want to get now 3 cloves of garlic, 3 cloves of garlic, and also a half of a large onion. So what I've done, I've already went ahead and chopped this, pre-chopped this for you. So I chopped half an onion, and also the 3 cloves of garlic is right in there as well. And I'll go ahead and put this into the blender. Okay. And afterwards, one more ingredient you will need is peppermint. Peppermint, 3 drops of peppermint. Okay. Count with me. 1, 2, 3. Wonderful, thank you so much. And so now, what you will want to do is take this to a blend. I want to blend all of these ingredients together. So therefore, you want to liquefy this. And as a matter of fact, now this looks absolutely delicious right now. And it's probably very tasty too. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and pour this drink in a cup, just like this. Look at the consistency. And just let us know what you think in the chat box about this. Look at this consistency. This looks delicious. So you want to use 1 cup of this immune boost drink. You want to drink this every day until your symptoms begin to reduce and until you feel that your body is getting stronger and stronger. And then simply what you want to do is you want to take a cup every day, but you want to use probably like a tablespoon, and you want to drink this maybe about 30 minutes a day, 30 minutes throughout the day, every 30 minutes throughout the day. Wow, I can actually feel my chest opening up and everything. This is actually a very potent drink, an immune drink. And you can see how it can already affect your body almost immediately. So drink this throughout the day and do this until your symptoms lower. And therefore, for you to be able to you can also store the rest of this ingredients. You can store this by simply putting it into a jar, into a container, and then you want to refrigerate that. You can keep that for about maybe 3 to 5 days, and you can keep it in your refrigerator. And when it's time to use, you can simply warm it up lightly over your stovetop or any warmer that you have. And then you want to make sure that you use this remedy warm. It's actually much better. Your body can be able to assimilate it a little bit more effective. Now I can still feel the effects of this, just 1 tablespoon that I took, and it's actually very, very powerful to use an immune boost drink. So try making this at home, and also try using this simple remedy, and let us know the impact that it has on your body. So we're going to move to our next remedy here today.
Can hear us right now.
Yes, and it's just so powerful how we can use these natural things in nature here just to help us overcome our illnesses and so forth. So, what we want to do even at this time, we just wanted to share with you some of the special offers that we have for you guys as well, because we've had an hour that has been well spent with you guys. But what we want to do here is, I'm sure many of you would agree that we had a time well spent. You can post yes in the chat if you had a time well spent with us. Also on YouTube, you can leave the comments. We can cover everything that we need in an hour and a half webinar, the class that we had here, even if we had all day. So we're gonna give you special bonuses that can help you to further yourself when it comes to respiratory illnesses, and also having stuff there just in case you contract something, or you come down with something. And one of the reminders when we leave you here is prevention is always better than cure as well. So you always want to prevent something than to cure it. And even if you don't have that illness, a disease X or future pandemic like disease, then just building up your immunity before that happens is always important.
Yeah. So one of the first offers that we have here for you are bonuses. We'll have an ultimate guide to fight disease X, right? And we mentioned what disease X basically is like any sort of pandemic that we could potentially have coming up that was similar to what we had in 2019, 2020, right? So again, it's a powerful guide to be able to fight it off, that things that you can also implement for any type of viral infectious type of issues that you experience. And it will have all the remedies in there, the recipes, a lot of information. And essentially, we're giving this to everyone for free. So what you want to do in order for you to get this, you want to make sure you join our WhatsApp group, right? If you're not on WhatsApp, our WhatsApp community right now, you want to join it right now, right? We're going to drop a link in the chat so that way you can be able to join our WhatsApp community and you can get access to that. And just that alone is really tremendous value. We want to make sure everyone can actually get it.
Yeah, somebody's asking about the recipe as well. So in that guide, you will have that particular recipe and many other recipes and different therapies that we spoke about for our natural remedy segment, and things that we couldn't even cover in this video as well. So in an ultimate guide to fight disease X, naturally, we're going to include all these things as well. So you want to make sure that you join this community here. Those who are on YouTube, you can look in the description in the video. You will see here how you can join our community, and you'll be able to get all these recipes here for free. So we have our bonus number 2. We have a 30-day, we have this immune booster kit that we want to give here, which is value of $267. So what you will get in this kit here, you will get a 30-day immune booster program. So it goes over, different foods to eat, different cleanses you can do to help to boost the immune system, and all those various things here, a 30-day immune booster program. And then also we'll include the Easy Breathe, which we have here with us on the table here that you've been seeing for the presentation. We also give you a Easy Nutri C, that we spoke about as well, and also a easy peppermint oil as well, which together these things cost about $267 value, not even including shipping. But for those who are within the US, then we also include, free shipping with that as well. So you get all this today for just $79. And what we're going to do here is to post this link in the chat where you can purchase this immune booster kit for $79 today that has the Easy Breathe that we spoke about, that has the Nutri-C and all these various herbs there together that you can use to help in fighting disease X or any respiratory type of diseases, and also just boosting your immune system in general.
No, definitely. And so the link is posted in the chat, and we're going to leave that link there. Now, once the Zoom closes, then of course you will not access that link in that chat anymore. So you don't want to click that link. Make sure you can get access to it. It's a really great offer. It's actually extremely good. Recommend having it is anyone in the household comes down with something, or in case you can have it there in case for any sort of future X disease that may be coming around, or whether it may just be the common cold or some sort of, maybe you want to get it to just build immunity, right? Or maybe you want to get it for respiratory health. But definitely in all those circumstances, it works very well. So we're going to make sure right now that link is in the chat, and we're going to go into some question and answers very soon. But whilst we do that, we're giving you the opportunity to get it right now before we end off for today, right? So we want to make sure that you can be able to get access to that right now before we actually end off the Zoom, because we'll be doing some question and answers as well. Make sure that we can help answer any questions that you have as we move along.
Yeah, and also we just want to share a testimony of someone who took out the Easy Breathe right here and how that helped them when they contracted the C virus here. So this is what it says. It says, I sometimes would feel breathless, especially when climbing the stairs. So if you have mucus in your respiratory tract in general, then this is something that you can do just to cleanse your lungs. And then it says, for a while, I was worried. After coming to Eden Lifestyle, I was introduced to Easy Breathe. After drinking the first cup, I noticed a change in my breathing. I have been drinking a cup every night for the past 2 weeks, and my breathing is just naturally getting better. It is a very distinct, strong herbal tea. I shared the Easy Breathe with 2 people who were infected with the C virus, and they both reported a significant improvement in their breathing. I would recommend this product to anyone looking for a natural tea to help them breathe. Easy Breathe works. So this is from someone who used this here and how that helped them. And we have so many other testimonies. There's so many more people who use this Easy Breathe product here. And I can vouch for this one here. It's very powerful and potent, and it can help you to clear your lungs out. So yeah, so at this time, we'll just want to open this up here for some Q&A, question and answer for anyone who wants some questions there. Have some questions. So what we follow, the format is you can raise your hand, your virtual hand in the Zoom here. You can raise your virtual hand and we'll get to you. You can speak and ask your questions verbally. If you're shy or you don't want to speak, then you can leave some questions in the chat and we'll answer those questions as well.
And don't be shy. We only eat vegetables around here, okay? We don't eat anything else. So then what you want to do, of course, just go ahead. We'll be looking at you and making sure that we can get you in the order received. So that way we can be able to get in any questions that you have. I know some people have had questions. You've been typing it. You can go ahead, raise your virtual hand, and we'll ask you to unmute yourself. When we do so, you'll simply unmute yourself. But in the meantime, we're just going to get to one of the first ones as you raise your virtual hand, so we can get to that. We're just going to go to one of the first questions.
And I saw someone said here that if we can post the link again because they got kicked out of their phone and they got back on. So our moderator will post the link again to our booster kit so that the individual D can be able to get that link here because they lost access when they left the video.
No, definitely. And so everyone needs to really get this. I really recommend everyone to get the immune booster kit. It definitely will help you tremendously. So that same link that is being dropped again, make sure you click it and you can get it. Right now we're doing question and answers. Feel free to ask any questions you have so that way we can be able to help with that. Okay, so then I see we have someone says, can you give this immunity drink to a 6-year-old, right? Is that what it says? Yeah, to a 6-year-old. Yeah. So then, I mean, essentially, what you could do, like with the entire immunity drink, you may not necessarily give like the full amount. Like, let's say a regular person may take like 1 teaspoon, but you can even do like a small amount, and you can, start off small with them, see how they interact with it, from a 1/4 teaspoon to a half. Then, you want to put hot water over that as well and be able to have them to drink it and implement it and see how well they're able to do with that. But it's all natural herbs and it works very well.
And one of the things that my son is 4 years old right now, and from the time he was young, he's always been natural. And when these kids are pretty new to on the earth, so their body doesn't have a lot of memory to viruses and infection and pathogens. So they're more like probably maybe from the time he was 2 years old. So then what we do, even just recently, he was drinking this Easy Breathe tea here. And what we do, we just make the tea normally, and sometimes the powder here that, and he loves drinking his tea here. You can put a little bit of some honey in there. Honey is also good antibacterial, especially the stronger honeys, raw honeys you can get to as well, that can help the immune system. And you mix that honey inside of there, and you have them drink that tea here, and it's very powerful for little kids too.
Yeah. And someone asked about how can they get the first free bonus, right? So you do want to join our WhatsApp community, and later on we'll be posting that there for those that are in that private community. So if you're in the WhatsApp community, you'll receive it. So make sure you join it right now. We're going to drop a link for you as well, just to make sure you're able to join and get access to it. And again, just for every single person here, feel free to invite other people to the community. It's really an invite. People mainly get access to it by invite only. So every one of you have the ability to invite someone to actually join the community. So just so that you can invite people, like send it out to some of your friends, your family members who you think would benefit by a lot of this information. So that way they can get exposed to the other options that are out there on how they can take care of their health naturally. So we're going to go to Maureen. I see we have a question, a hand here. Maureen, if you can go ahead and mute yourself.
Yes, thanks for your presentation. I do take amlodipine, 5 milligrams, so I'm not sure if I could still do the grapefruit.
Okay, you're gonna so this one, when it comes to like and again, when it comes to like, let's say, certain medical advice and so on, we just want to refrain from giving that. So like, let's say, I mean, we'll advise, being able to communicate with your medical professional to be able to allow you to determine what you can and cannot take with your particular medication. However, for many, it could just be whatever medication someone have. For many, you can actually search it up and check it for yourself. But we do also advise you to seek your medical professional to be able to help with that. But generally speaking, I'll just answer things in a general sense. In a general sense, a lot of like different statin drug medication, certain ones for like blood pressure and so on, may interact with things like grapefruit, where it will neutralize the effect of it, make it null and void. So
and sometimes it can even increase the potency depending on the medication too as well.
Yeah, but then there are some other ones where you could still take, where grapefruit doesn't have that interaction with it as well, so it still works. And there are some people who also like take grapefruit, but just different time frame, a wide time frame away from when they take their medication. So Again, we can't give any medical advice in that sense there. So we'll just mention you can seek your medical professional for that advice. Any other questions?
See, someone says that they are already in the chat. Yes, if you're already in the chat, we haven't sent out the ebook as yet, so you're A-okay. So you just have to wait. Normally towards the end of the class, we post the ebook in the class as well. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And and the moderator in the chat here, which is my wife, she said that you can always swap out grapefruit for other citruses. So if you're doing some of the herbal remedy that we were talking about here, for the cough syrup and the immune booster drink that we were talking about, yeah, you can switch out your citrus for your grapefruit for other citruses as well. Grapefruit is powerful in itself, but also you can switch it out for other citruses. Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna see if there are no more questions. We'll be ending off, and it was, we love being with you, but at the same time, if there's no more questions, we'll be wrapping things up. But if there's no more, we'll end it off right now. But just to let you know, just make sure that for those who want to get access to the immune kit, soon we'll be ending off the entire live. If anyone is watching the recording on YouTube, then feel free to be able to check the description. We'll make sure that it's there for you so you can actually get access to it in the description down below. So you want to make sure that you get access to that, so that way, whether maybe for yourself, even getting multiple, right? So that way you can have, for your entire family. Depends on the size of your family. If it's just yourself and your husband, one is fine. But if you have like a family, kids and so forth, get like a couple of them. That will definitely help. So yeah.
Yes, and also for those who are on right now on YouTube, if you have been enjoying our classes and the information that we've been sharing for you, just please feel free to like the video right now. Just like the video just to show us an appreciation. It also helps to boost this video out to as many people as, and also if you are on Zoom and you're watching and you've been enjoying our classes and the information that we've been sharing with you, just put a yes in the chat. Put a yes in the chat that you actually love the free information that we've been, giving you guys week after week, because it does take us, a lot of time to compile all this information, all the research, and also the years of experience that we have garnered helping people at our lifestyle center. And we're bringing this all here for you guys, all for free, because we just enjoy seeing people being blessed by just information and making changes in their life that can actually help to save some people's life. So then someone asks, can it be given to help someone with benign tumors? I'm not sure if you're talking about the easy breathe here per se. One of these days, very soon, we want to be talking about cancer. So we'll be getting into cancer as well. There's something called a phytochemo that we use for our cancer health guests. So this is something that helps more directly to boost the immune system as well. So our cancer one, so we're going to be talking about that very soon here. But you can always reach out to us if you want to get access to our phytochemo. It's our plant chemical, that phytochemo plant chemical that we use, combination of different herbs, a formula here that we developed to help people fight different types of cancer. So you can reach out to us, our contact information, our website, or email us, or our phone numbers, and you can reach out to us to get access to that as well.
Yeah, and the great thing about your situation is it's in a benign condition right now, so you can definitely, just begin to, implement different things to be able to just help in, being able to decrease and overcome that tumor mass area there.
So I see someone talked about PayPal. Currently, we don't have an option for PayPal. What you can do here is to reach out to us personally. If you are in our WhatsApp group, send us a personal message about the PayPal, specifically about that. Yeah, so then specifically about that, send us a message, or you can reach out on the chat here, our moderator. You can send a phone number or email, but then you just reach out to us and we can be able to send you a link where you can purchase that through the PayPal. Right now we just have Stripe connected on our page, on our landing page here, but if you want to have PayPal, we can send something to you as well concerning that there. Yes, and somebody talked about our cholesterol class here. cholesterol is something we want to talk about in the future here. We just, since disease X was something that has been, people have been talking about it a lot as of late, and also we come in on the back end of our flu season here. We wanted to cover this here before we continue on throughout the year. So that way you can help to get some of that information. So if anyone contracts any viruses or infections, they'll be able to fight that. But yes, we will be covering cholesterol as well.
Great. So we'll just see what other questions we have before we end off. I know someone said they did that, they didn't get a reply. So just reach out to us. Either you send us an email to the email that we just posted in the chat, or you reach out on WhatsApp, and we'll get to you soon, and we'll be able to follow up with you. So let's just see the final questions here before we end off. So let's see here. Someone said, I bought an Easy Flow and also colon cleanse, I think when your little brother was a young preteen teenager. Okay. Yeah, that was like, wow, that's many years back, right? I didn't open it. It is still good. If we were a teenager, that's like, that's over like 10 years ago. So I don't think that would be good. Yeah, it will, I mean, the thing is with this, right? With many different herbs, it maintains a good potency within like a 2-year period. The minute you start going over that, the potency begins to decrease a lot. So if you're talking about like 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, then it wouldn't be as effective. So I'll definitely recommend getting like a new kit, a new cleanse kit. You can get it from one of the links that we posted there, the cleanse kit. But then the only thing I'll suggest to you is to do it. Don't keep it there for another 5, 6, 7 years. You got to do it to get the benefits from it. You don't get benefits if you don't do it. And so again, just encourage you to do that. And yeah, get a new one. I think that'll be best for you.
Yeah, so I believe we have answered all the questions. The less questions we have, I guess the more informative this class has been, and we made everything clear to you guys. So then what we're going to be doing here is just closing off our class here. And for those who want to get any other products outside of the kit that we talked about here, the kit here that we have, it's Easy Series brand. This is our own personal brand. These things, yes, you can take it, internally as well. So you want to be able to get the kit. You can get the kit to be able to get the peppermint oil included in that, and that's our own personal brand, Easy Series.
Definitely. And you can take it internally and externally. So so make sure you grab the kit. It's organic, very good. But yeah,
and we really appreciate all of you guys for purchasing our products throughout the weeks, and for those who have sent donations, you can even do that for our website, edenlifestyle.org. You can send a donation there. We thank you so much for supporting us. We just want to give you free information, and whichever way that you choose to support us, we're just so grateful for all the support and love we've been getting from all of you guys here that come on a weekly basis. So what we're going to do here is just to close off our class for today. We also want to call on the great creator and just end off with a word of prayer. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you so much for all that you have done. I pray that you may continue to be with everyone here that is listening, that you may continue to pass your healing hands on them, help them to receive healing from the different maladies. And for those who are not even sick as yet, give them the knowledge and the power to carry out even the things that they have learned so that they can prevent disease from coming upon them. So I pray that you may be with us throughout the remainder of this week is my prayer. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
So we have a good day. We're going to see you